Hi, I'm Ben. If you want to know what's under my shirt, because the horns, it's Bowser and Mario Luigi. Sorry. This isn't a Mario review, but it's about the DC fandom. Not the one they did today with the multiverse and their website. I might do that some other time if I have time, because it's only on for hours, and I might be too lazy to look at all of them, but let me talk to you about those trailers they released. Also, I'm not going to talk about those little Zoom interviews they did on the thing they did because I only saw the trailers and Watch Mojo's top 10 DC fandom stuff. So this is what I got. For starters, the concept art for the Flash. I like what they're gonna do with the costume. I like that it's like a red spandex suit and not like that black suit with all the red padding things on it. It looked nice for its own thing, but I like the Flash to look like what he looks like this. I have a little figures of the Flash. It's like a little Lego figure from the movie. And a little pop thing. But yeah, so there's that. And Michael Keaton's gonna reprise his role as Batman, because yeah, he's doing great. Did great as the Vulture, and I like him as Batman back in the when he did Batman and Batman Returns. Little known fact, the reason why he didn't reprise his role in Batman Forever is because he hated the script and what was going through. Yeah. I wonder what they're gonna do. Like, are they gonna reveal Joel Schumacher movies? Um, Joel Schumacher's like Batman Forever and Batman and Robin was George Clooney. Are they gonna reveal they're non-canon? I mean, that makes sense. But like, is it gonna be like Michael Keaton but present day and like he's growing old but he's still Batman and because the actor played Alfred died, so what's gonna happen? Like, I know it's gonna take place like in a parallel universe because remember on the CW they did the Flash and Arrow did that Crisis on Infinite Earth thing, and we got a cameo from Ezra Miller Flash, and they interact with Gus Grant Flash, which was pretty awesome. And so I want to know what's going to happen. Like, is it going to be like a parallel universe? Like, that Flash's going to meet that Flash? Also, I heard Ben Affleck is going to reprise his role because I'll get, I'll save, I'll save that for the Batman. And actually, I can talk about it right now, like the Batman, because I'll talk about it right now. For those of you that don't know, but just in case you're watching this video and you don't know the history of what's going on with the Batman. Originally, the movie called The Batman, not to be confused, was a early 2000s cartoon, The Batman. The Batman was originally going to have Ben Affleck and is going to take place in the DC Extended Universe. And Ben Affleck was going to written and directed the Batman movie. But he stepped down as Batman because he was suffering through depression and he was going through an alcohol problem and a messy divorce, so he had to step down as Batman. So so then he was gonna direct, but then he hired his friend Matt Reeves to direct, who directed Rise and War, Dawn and War for the Planet of the Apes, which was pretty cool because those movies have a lot of action and a dark tone. So I kind of want to see what he brings with the Batman. But yeah, he had to step down, and I think Matt Reeves said he wanted to do his own Batman, so he cast all these new actors. Because I'm like, Andy Serkis as Alfred. I mean, I'm excited to see that, and I think his name's James Wright, James White. He's gonna play Commissioner Gordon or Jim Gordon, but he's not Commissioner. So, but they're gonna do like an all new Batman, not in a DC extended universe, kind of like what they did was Joaquin Phoenix Joker. You know how Joaquin Phoenix Joker wasn't in the DC extended universe; it was its own separate standalone story. Well, this is what they're gonna do because I thought like that's cool that they're gonna do a black Commissioner Gordon. Like I'm excited what the actor brings, and judging by the trailer, they dress him up to look like Commissioner Gordon, like the haircut, the mustache, and the glasses. Like I'm excited what they're gonna do with that. But but I thought to myself, well, he's very different from from J.K. Simmons when he played Commissioner Gordon in the Justice League movie, and I'm like, wait, is this in the cinematic universe or no? Like, is it kind of like with the Schumacher movies where Billy D. Williams played Harvey Dent, but then Tommy Lee Jones, a white guy, played Two-Face, but they never bring up, but are they sequels? But yeah, apparently the Batman is not in the DC Extended Universe's own separate show, which I'm alright with, because it was already going for a different direction, and I kind of want to see where they go with this. Also, Robert Pattinson as Batman. Yeah, I'm excited, because when you first hear that, you think, oh, the guy from Twilight? Okay, years ago, if they did this years ago, I'll be like, "Ah, Twilight, that guy? No, no, I can't accept that." But it's been years, and he's been in better movies, and Twilight was years ago, and I actually heard in my sister told me in the fourth Twilight movie, he barely act because he's like these movies are garbage anyways, I might as well not even try. Yeah, his words, not mine. Okay, he didn't say that, but I'm just loosely what I'm hearing from my sister. So he thought the movies were bad anyway, so he's not won't even try. But he has been in better movies, and I want to see that movie Tenet he's in. It's kind of funny because Tenet is directed by Christopher Nolan, who directed the Dark Knight trilogies, and Robert Pattinson's gonna play Batman. How funny is that? And even Christopher Nolan even admitted he's excited of what they're gonna do with the Batman. Yeah. Okay, so there's the Bat. Yeah, so what are they gonna do? But yeah, for those of you, you probably already heard, but the movie is yet again in. They shut down production again because Robert Pattinson has COVID. Oh no! I hope he does. I hope he gets better. I want to see him as Batman, and I hope he doesn't get sick anymore. I hope he'll be fine. Well, that's sad, but yeah, I'm excited to see what the Batman. It looks pretty cool. I'm excited the cast, like who's gonna play the Riddler. When I first heard who's gonna play the Penguin, I'm like, I don't know about that. But how they dressed him up, and maybe it's makeup, but they made him look more chunkier, like the Penguin. And yeah, if he's gonna look like that. Also, here's a funny thing: the actor who's gonna play the Penguin also played also played a Bullseye in the Daredevil movie with Ben Affleck, who's played Batman. How funny is that? So, yeah, let's see what they're gonna do with that. I'm excited to see, because Matt Reeves and. Yeah. Okay, and another one I want to talk about Justice League. Yeah, the Snyder Cut. The Zack Snyder Cut, because people have been demanding what was Zack Snyder's vision, because Joss Whedon. I really like Joss Whedon. I liked when he did Firefly, The Avengers, Serenity, but now, because I watched this guy on YouTube, his name is, I don't know what his real name is, but his YouTube channel is called Comic Book Cast 2, and he alerts news about what's going on in like the superhero or comic book movie community, or comic book TV shows, or what actors, or Star Wars and stuff. Like, he mainly does that. But he said, but he's been reporting, like, saying all these people saying bad stuff about, like, Ray Fisher, the actor who played Cyborg. He said, like, he was gross, he was mean, and other people have been from other movie projects Joss Whedon's were saying he was gross, and Ray Fisher's been coming out saying this, and I'm like, no, because Joss Whedon was my favorite director. Like, he was like the awesome guy. And I want to defend him because one time someone left a comment saying that Steppenwolf was a terrible villain and his design was terrible, and he gave a heart from that comic, Joss Whedon, and people were starting to pick on him and saying like, "Oh, Joss Whedon, he liked that comment and he knew that character was bad and he just laughed and say haha." Well, in my defense, Justice League was never a Joss Whedon movie. The Avengers and Avengers Age of Ultron were Joss Whedon movies. This was a Zack Snyder movie, and Zack Snyder and Joss Whedon are very different directors. And he won So he probably didn't even want Steppenwolf and didn't want him. So and if you compare, because no, Zack Snyder's probably a great guy, and I don't want to say anything bad about him, but his movies have been very divisive, and fans and such as myself have problems with his movies, and his movies haven't been favored by a lot. But Joss Whedon has been making great movies, so I think when he had the reins, he was like, oh my gosh, so he had to reshoot some things. So I'm hoping some good will come of the Zack Snyder cut, but yeah, if you know how his movies turned out with Man of Steel, Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, be prepared. Some people might not like the Zack Snyder Justice League cut the same way people didn't like the Batman vs Superman and the Man of Steel. So we'll see what might happen, because do people we'll probably see. But here's what I did like. I love seeing Darkseid. It gets point by showing Darkseid in the first scene of the trailer. And I love the music it played. The fourth, the fifth. Hallelujah. Yeah, I want to see what they're going to do with that. Like, well, what's going to happen? Like, Darkseid's going to be in it. I'm guessing he's going to be in it for a little bit. Like, Steppenwolf's still going to be the villain. And yeah, chances are, because remember that flashback from the original cut where it just showed Steppenwolf? I'm guessing that's the only time we're gonna see Darkseid. But it's still cool to see him. Also, are they gonna kill off Cyborg's dad? Sorry. Itchy throat, I'm fine. Are they gonna kill off Cyborg's dad? What's gonna happen with that? Like, is he gonna kill off their dad? Like, oh, what's gonna happen then? Also, I saw some pictures of Superman wearing the black suit. Like, what's gonna happen there? And I want to see, like, they add some lines, because I'm guessing Joss Whedon had to tell it as a movie, but he did cut out some important parts, because I think there were some parts that were kind of important to the story, like Iris West's gonna be in it, but here's the thing, it's gonna be like a 4-part miniseries. I'm guessing because I have heard the movie was gonna be 3 hours long, and it was gonna be a 2-parter or something, but I wonder what's gonna happen. What's gonna, like, what's gonna happen in the story? Like in Batman v Superman, like, what was the point of that? Him coming from the future and saying, like, Lois is the key. You were right about him, and the apocalyptic future of the dream. But yeah, that dream was confusing. Like, was it a dream? Did it happen? Like, oh, we'll see what happens in the Snyder Cut. Okay, so Flash, Batman, Snyder Cut. Oh, Wonder Woman. Oh, Wonder Woman. Yeah, I'm excited to see that. I heard it's going to come out in October, or maybe it was delayed again, but I'm hoping to see that. Wonder Woman. And yeah, Gal Gadot's a great actress. And Steve Trevor, like, Chris Pine is reprising the role of Steve Trevor, but did he came from another timeline? Like, was he rescued from time? Where was he? How did he came back? At first I thought he was his grandson, but what's going to happen? Oh, and Cheetah, like, the two villains are Maxwell Lord and Cheetah. I'm excited to see Cheetah. Like, I already saw what she looks like with a Lego figure, and at first there were some mugs of her wearing, like, a cheetah-looking jacket, and I thought, oh, is that going to be the live-action Cheetah? But nope, she's a full humanoid cheetah. And I wonder how she's going to turn into a humanoid cheetah person. Like, she was, like, what I can tell in that Cartoon Network series, DC Superhero Girls, she had an ancient amulet that turned her into a humanoid cat. But yeah, what's gonna happen? Like, how is she gonna turn? And Maxwell Lord, what's he gonna play? Because I heard of Maxwell Lord, like, he was in the Supergirl TV show, and he was gonna be in the he was gonna be in the Justice League movie, like the guy who did Mad Max Fury Road Justice League in another story. But yeah, what's gonna happen? Okay, so there's Wonder Woman, okay. And Oh, I want to talk about the video games. Yeah, because one that's called Justice League, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. When I first heard of that, I thought like, wait, did the Justice League kill this? Did the Suicide Squad kill the Justice League off screen in the DC universe, or was this in a comic? And I didn't know what was going on, but it's a title for a video game. And so far in the beginning, it showed like Harley Quinn. The animation looks really great. It showed Harley Quinn, Ken Boomerang, Deadshot, and King Shark, and I wonder what's gonna happen. Like they both have awesome designs for their own video game. Also, this is by the same people who did the Batman Arkham games. Like, is it in the same universe or is it in its own separate thing? Because the beginning opened in Metropolis with Brainiac's ship. It kind of reminded me of Injustice 2 with Brainiac's ship coming. So what's gonna happen there? And Superman, like Superman, he came as like, I rescued this pilot, and he's like, no, I'm gonna kill the pilot. Laser vision. But I think he, like, maybe Brainiac brainwashed him, so the Suicide Squad have to stop the Justice League because they're being brainwashed by Brainiac. It's very morally gray with some of the Suicide Squad. And so what's gonna happen in that game? It comes out in 2022, the same year as the Super Mario Brothers movies coming out by Illumination. Sorry, separate thing. I just want to mention Mario and but yeah, what's gonna happen in that game? And speaking of another game that looks exciting, Gotham Knights. I don't know if this is by this people who did Arkham games. Maybe it's by someone else, but or is it in the same canon? But yeah, because it opens with mentioning like Bruce Wayne is dead, and the Batcave is destroyed, and Commissioner Gordon's dead. Okay, so maybe Bruce Wayne and Batman isn't actually dead. Maybe it's gonna be revealed like I'm alive, and I need. People thought I was dead, so I let people believe I was dead, or maybe he was captured by the Court of Owls, and maybe he's been brainwashed. He's that owl guy suit thing. So what's gonna happen? And Commissioner Gordon, I can believe Commissioner Gordon is dead, but Bruce Wayne, come on, it's Batman. You can't kill off Batman. So yeah, so what's gonna happen? So yeah, and you get to play as Batgirl, Robin, Red Hood, and Nightwing. That's exciting because we already played Batman games. Because I own all the Batman Arkham games, the Batman Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, Arkham Origins, Arkham Knight. I'm playing Arkham Origins now, but I haven't played Arkham Knight yet. But I played Arkham City and Arkham Asylum. Great games. But yeah, like we're gonna play as Batgirl and Robin, and I wonder which Robin is it? Is it Damian Wayne Robin or Tim Drake Robin? There's some parts that remind me of Tim Drake, but there's some parts that remind me of Damian Wayne. But yeah, Jason Todd, he like his guns, like they're not real guns, but they're like little stun blasters or something. Like what's gonna happen? Like is he gonna be sorry, is he gonna like what's gonna happen there? Like like the game looks really cool. Like Batgirl's costume, like with the purple and the yellow. Like some of it kind of reminds me of. Sorry, that was a little toy. Um, um, like the '60s Adam West series. Like a lot of things the '60s Adam West has been modeling after. Like, you know how. I forget her name. She played Yzma in Emperor's New Groove, but a lot of that version of Catwoman has been modeled, even casting like a black woman as Catwoman, even in the Batman. Like a lot of stuff from the '60s Adam West has been growing in popularity. It's like they finally got the rights to the '60s Adam West and put it on DVD, and like they were in the Lego Batman Arkham games. I mean, not Arkham, Lego Batman games. So I wonder. Yeah, so yeah, so that's cool with what they're gonna do. Like, and Batgirl, like, sorry, autism. Yeah, like what's gonna happen in that game? Like Mr. Freeze is there, the Court of Owls, and who is those other guys with the hood and the mask and the armor is gonna fight around? Like, who are those antagonists? But yeah, Batgirl design, and that's cool that the Adam West series is growing in popularity in other DC comic projects. And okay, so and the Suicide Squad. Speaking of Suicide Squad before, but yeah, they didn't release a trailer, but they released whatever this was. Sorry, behind the scenes, and this time it's by James Gunn, because the first Suicide Squad was trying to capture that James Gunn Guardians of the Galaxy look, and there's like, might as well just get actually get James Gunn. Because yeah, you can't out James Gunn. So yeah. So yeah, James Gunn, and because if you don't know, he was fired from Marvel Studios but he's hired back, and he was hired back by Marvel because they couldn't find a new director, and they were like, yeah, because he was fired by inappropriate tweets, and he was like, yeah, there was really no effect, and Disney thought they were unfair to fire him, so they hired him back. He was like, okay, I'll do Justice League, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, but first I need to finish Suicide Squad. But yeah, so Suicide Squad, the movie looks awesome. Like, a lot of things are very faithful to the comics. Like Javelin, one of the characters, Javelin, he looks exactly like the comics, and Peacemaster, he looks exactly like the comics. Like, because in Suicide Squad, he took a lot of liberties there, but in the DC Extended Universe, there was a lot of liberties and outfits that were changed, so it's funny to see characters like Javelin and Peacemaster to look as faithful to the comics. And so that's interesting what they're gonna do. And they show Mongola. She's like this alien muscle-bound creature, but it's interesting they're showing her first instead of Mongol, because I know who Mongol is because the Just League cartoon, and it's interesting they're showing her first instead of him. But yeah, I wonder what they're gonna do, because also Idris Elba. He was originally going to replace Will Smith as Deadshot, but Will Smith's like, no, he might come back as Deadshot, and people yeah, we want him to come back as Deadshot someday. And that's cool, because I like hearing Will Smith mentioning about Gotham City and Batman. I like hearing that, because how many movies are going to have Will Smith in Gotham City interacting with Batman stuff? That was awesome. So, but yeah, Idris Elba is playing like a Deadshot stand-in called Bloodsport Bloodshot or Bloodsport or something. But yeah, it's exciting to see that. So yeah, and I like all the characters, like King Shark's in it, and this character Weasel, and they're putting all these lame villains like Polka Dot Man. And I want to see what he's gonna do. Like, he's making fun of, like, I think he's making fun of the first Suicide Squad. Love how they had all these B-list heroes. Like, you're gonna defeat the Justice League with a boomerang. Hope that video game's awesome. But still, like, because people made fun of the Suicide Squad. Like, you hire all these characters to be team of superheroes, but yeah, in the comics, I must point out, in the comics, the Suicide Squad were never a team of superheroes. They're a team of Black Ops characters that are doing morally gray missions for Amanda Waller's, and were only called Task Force X in the comics. And Suicide Squad was just a nickname they called themselves because they saw it as that, but they were more like Black Ops team, not superhero teams to fight alien superhero missions to go out and act like superheroes, because they were a team of morally gray villains to be forced as there were criminals being forced as to be heroes, but yeah, they were morally for missions, but they're morally hired by morally gray missions by Amanda Waller. So I'm hoping James Gunn, and I think James Gunn's gonna do that, which is exciting. Also, rumor have it that Starro's gonna be the main antagonist. I wonder how they're gonna do that. But yeah, Starro's gonna be the main antagonist, maybe. And sorry, I want to mention because yeah, so no, I was gonna mention Ben Affleck coming back as Batman, but I think I already mentioned that. Okay. Also, Black Adam. Yeah, they released teasers, like animated teasers of what we're gonna see. I think Black Adam's gonna have a different design from Shazam. It's gonna be like Shazam's outfit, but different. Because I was picturing like maybe it's Shazam's outfit, but painted black instead of red, and maybe with a cape. But I think they want to give him more of a different outfit look than just having it be a black Shazam outfit. And maybe like a different design. And the Justice Society are gonna be in here. Yeah, Hawkman and Hawkgirl, Dr. Fate, Atom Smasher. No, no. Don't worry. There's a for those of you Marvel fans out there. There's a difference between Dr. Fate and Doctor Strange. Cause yeah, I hate because most of these DC characters came out first in the comics years before, made their first debut in the comics, and people compare them to like Marvel characters. Which I could understand because the films came out first, and most of the film goers who have never read comics probably compare them. But here's the thing. The difference between Doctor Fate and Doctor Strange is that Doctor Fate has the magic and uses the magic, but Doctor Fate only becomes Doctor Fate if he puts the helmet on, and the helmet is Doctor Fate, named Nabu. I learned that from Young Justice. If you watch Young Justice, you can understand it better. But yeah, that's exciting. So, and what they're gonna do with it, because if you look at the other superhero or supervillain movies, like or Venom or Joker, because they try to make them like anti-hero superheroes, like they're villains, but they do good things. But that's, but people, but I think they're trying to make him like still a villain and like an anti-hero or a bad guy, like he's gonna turn bad, and the Justice Society has to be like, you must stop this. This isn't the right thing to do. But yeah, I hope they're doing that because if you're doing a supervillain movie like Joaquin Phoenix the Joker, like have him just be a villain throughout the movie and not try to make him like he's a hero or a villain. Just make a villain movie. But yeah, what they're gonna do. Okay, let's see now. Oh, speaking of Shazam, like Shazam has a title, I forget what it's called, but Sinbad's gonna be in the movie. And I not mean Sinbad the Sailor, like the comedian Sinbad from um, Jingle All the Way. That's the only movie I can think of, and Good Burger. Those movies weren't well received, and I'm hoping he does good here, because those movies were in the 90s, and this is now, so in 2021 or 2022. So let's see what's going to happen there. What part is he going to play as Sinbad? But yeah, the comedian Sinbad's going to be in Shazam too. What I like about what they do with the cinematic universe is that they can give a lighter tone or a darker tone, because they give Shazam more of a lighter tone, maybe with some horror elements there, because the director directed some horror movies. But yeah, okay. Yeah, so let's see. And yeah, so I didn't watch like the panels or the Zoom links, but I just reviewed what Watch Mojo's and the trailers I saw. But yeah, also Young Justice, they're making the series from home and they're gonna dub the voices there. So let's see what they're gonna do there. Yeah, so I can't wait for season 4 of Young Justice. Yeah, this pandemic is going crazy. See, and we all has to do our part in this. Yeah, I hate the coronavirus. I hate COVID-19. I hate this. I hate what it's like realistically. I hate it because it's like hurting innocent people, but yeah, and it's delaying movies, but the worst is obviously killing people. Okay, so don't want to end it there. Let's see. Also, they also did this 100 hours or 24-hour thing called DC Fandom The Multiverse, which is on a website, which is a convention on a website. I might check that out tomorrow. I might do a video, I don't know. But I was playing a Lego game there. But yeah, let's see what's gonna... Yeah, but I'm excited for all these projects like the Suicide Squad, James Gunn, and the Batman, and Zack Snyder's Justice League, those Gotham Knight game. I wonder what's gonna happen in those. I'm excited to see. Sorry if this video is too little too late because they did these trailers a week ago, 2 weeks ago, but I wanted to give my thoughts and I was gonna do it a few days ago, but then I forgot and I ran out of time. Well, I better end this because it's gonna be 2 o'clock. It's 2 o'clock already, so in the middle of the night, 2 o'clock. So that's my video. I can't wait to see these DC projects, and oh, sorry, I have a Looney Tunes clock, so that was the Roadrunner, but yeah, it's 2 o'clock. Well, I can't wait to see what they do with this, and I can't wait to see those trailers, and I hope those movies and video games are fun, and we'll see. And you probably might see some new videos later, and take care.